Hello, everybody. I'm Adam Crochet, the CXO with the MSPAA. We're at a conference today through channel partners in, where are we? Vegas. Yeah, I forgot where we are for a minute. So I'm going to be joined in a moment by someone with RFCode. They had a dinner last night that I was at that we were kind of mingling and talking, and I learned about some devices that they have for their clients. And as a non-tech person, I thought it was fascinating. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to have David on in just a moment. Actually, yeah, why don't I get him on now? So. So I'm back now, and I'm joined today by David. He's going to tell us a little bit about, well, tell us, what do you guys do? And who are you with?
Thanks, Adam. So David Haut with RFCode. I'm the head of marketing. We're here at the Channel Futures MSP Summit to engage with MSPs, to share with them some innovative IoT that RFCode developed, really engineered for them. One of the biggest challenges that we found with MSPs is that they're having a very hard time differentiating themselves in the market. And IoT technology, especially new IoT technology, is allowing them to do more with less.
Okay.
And one of the biggest challenges that MSPs face is, how do we increase or scale our company, our revenue, without scaling headcount? And that is what our IoT device called Sentry is designed to do.
So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. So what's your role in the company?
So as the head of marketing, I'm really here to educate MSPs and let them be aware of new technology that has come on the market like this.
And how long have you been doing this?
So I've been with RFCode now for a little over 2 years, but RFCode's been around for 20 years.
Okay.
So we've been around for more than 2 decades.
All right. So do you want to tell them about Sentry?
Sure.
Okay.
So Sentry is a IoT device, a wire-free device that gets put into server closets and IT closets, and it allows MSPs to basically have eyes everywhere. They physically cannot be in all locations at all client sites. And this gives them the opportunity to see and hear and know what's going on in these IT rooms without having staff on site.
Okay. So when would this come in use?
So in particular cases, use cases that MSPs have shared with us is that customers typically call them and let them know if there's a problem. Typically power goes down or network goes down or their business gets disrupted. And it's typically the MSP that finds out from the client. And, and the client says, why didn't you know about this? We're looking to eliminate that by empowering MSPs with Sentry. They never have to answer that question why they didn't know anymore.
So they have their closet with all the clutter and everything else, but then they put this device in there.
Correct.
What does it measure?
So it's about the size of my hand. So it's really small. It's very easy to mount on a wall. It faces the server, the rack, and it actually provides multiple data points. It tracks motion in the room. It tracks the humidity in the room. It tracks the temperature in the room. But more importantly, it actually tracks the temperature at the server level. So it can provide hotspot detection at the same time.
Ooh. So, and you guys were telling a couple stories last night. I can't imagine people actually do this, but hear weird worry sounds or whatever in the room, just start unplugging things.
Correct.
So it's kind of nice not to get people in trouble, but to figure out who did the unplugging. And maybe fix it and not just have things go down and lose business.
Well, that's the biggest thing is that, MSPs need to know what's going on in these rooms at all time. They're basically responsible, that's what they get paid for. So the idea is that these server rooms, these IT closets, they're not very secure. They're used as storage facilities and utility closets and everything else but really what they're intended for. So the access creates problems for them because you've got people coming in and out. Temperature changes, humidity changes, lights are left on. People are kicking things over, spilling things. So this provides them with this next level visibility into these rooms so they can see and know and be alerted so they can actually prevent problems from escalating.
You mean proactive, not reactive?
Proactive and not reactive. That's the key.
Yes. All right. So is it hard to get these units?
No.
Is there a backlog of 2 years or how does it work?
Nope. It's very simple. They can go online to rfcode.com. /Sentry. and they'll be able to order devices online. They're super cheap compared to a lot of other solutions that are out there. It's all just done through the site, and we sell it as the hardware is $800 retail.
Yep.
But MSPs get it for a little more than $500. And then there is an annual subscription, which is also discounted. So
Sure.
MSPs can actually make money off of the subscription as well.
Well, and again, I'm not a big tech person, but I was like, $800 for a cool piece of equipment that does vital operations. I mean, that seems like nothing.
And MSPs, Frankenstein, all these other devices together, a humidity thing here, a temperature thing there, a camera there.
Yeah.
But when you have these disparate pieces of equipment, there's no correlation between the three, where Sentry correlates all of that data and presents it, visualizes it, so you understand cause and effect when temperature, humidity is affected.
And I think I remember is you have like a dashboard, right?
Correct.
So you can just see all the stuff right on there.
You get to log in.
Logging into 5 different
You get to
things.
log in, and you not only get to see one Sentry, but if you deploy multiple Sentries for multiple clients, it's kind of like being able to see and get a single pane of glass across all your client closets in one screen.
Sounds pretty awesome. So, all right. So switching gears a little bit, where are you guys based out of? Because now that I got that out of there, that was on my mind last night. So, tell us about you. Where are you?
So, RFCode is based in Austin, Texas.
Yep.
We've been there for several years now. We engineer all the products here in the United States.
Oh, nice.
And we do assembly here in the States, and we deploy from the States as well.
Awesome. And then how long have you been in the Austin area?
So I'm actually in the North Miami market.
All right. I was going to say.
But I work remotely, but most of the entire team works out of the Austin office.
So Austin is the place to be, but it's just too hot. It's too hot for me. Nope, I'm Colorado. Okay. And then how's the conference going for you?
Conference has been great. You know, for us, we're really here to create products to help MSPs boost profitability, scale their business, but most importantly, delight their customers. So when we're demonstrating Sentry for them, the use cases that we're getting, the feedback that we're getting is really helping us better understand how they would use this, how they would deploy it, and also even helping us develop our roadmap for future iterations of Sentry. Like, for example, we learned at last year's show that fluid detection was a big issue for a lot of the MSPs. You got piping running across the top, and you know, there's flooding potentially, and they never get alerted when there's a flood. So we developed a Bluetooth version, a leak detection device that connects to the Sentry unit through Bluetooth.
All right,
And that's one example of other technology that we're developing to build an ecosystem around Sentry to empower MSPs to just know exactly what's going on at all times.
So I like it. This is why MSPAA, we've tried to do partnerships to create a smart community. I think it was either you or your partner that told us the story last night, but you got the notification that on a Sunday, the unit's getting hot.
Correct.
So you had to call in everybody?
No. So what happened was, so we installed Sentry in our own server closet in Austin.
That's a good endorsement. Okay.
And, you know, you got to kind of walk the walk.
Yeah, of course.
So what happened was on a Sunday night, and these things always happen at the wrong times, right? 2 in the morning,
whatever,
weekend. And so an alert went out to 4 or 5 members of the team that our AC went out.
Okay.
And so, of course, our own IT person in-house went over to the office and was able to fix the AC issue, but it saved the equipment from really breaking down.
Well, and how much of your customer base went down because of it?
Zero.
None. I mean, that's great.
He got there quickly. So while that is kind of more of a proactive thing that happens, we've had MSPs tell us where we have one client, an MSP out of Alabama, went to a Alabama Crimson Tide football game, took his team there.
Okay.
And they're all sitting in the stands. And right after kickoff, all of a sudden their phone started blowing up, getting alerts that the temperature started spiking in one of their client server rooms. The client had no idea. So from the stadium, he calls the client and said, hey, I think we may have an issue in the server room. Is there somebody there right now that you could ask to go into the room? So he said, yes, I happen to have a general manager in the facility. I'll send him into the room. And sure enough, the AC went out, but it was only after about 10 minutes. But there was about $50,000 worth of equipment in that room that they basically saved, and they were able to deploy the HVAC person right away So this is just one particular use case of many.
It sounds like a smart solution and a very affordable one, and it's a no-brainer, I think.
One truck roll,
Yep,
easily can pay for 1 Sentry unit, not
That's
including using it to actually help differentiate yourself in the market, to actually show how you're more of a forward thinker and innovator and using technology to benefit the client.
So what else should people know about RFCode? You're making a lot of the stuff in the United States. You're shipping it from there. You have support here.
That's right.
What else do they need to know?
Well, our legacy has really been in wire-free technology.
Mm-hmm.
So we are using intelligent sensors for data centers, co-location facilities. Sentry is really a best-of-breed environmental monitoring solution that has really been born out of what the company has developed over the last 20 years. We're just getting smarter in terms of packaging it.
Sure.
And now extending it to the edge to empower MSPs in a way that's never been done before.
Got it. So do you think that the future models should like slap people's hands when they try to unplug things or something like that?
Well, again, human error is a big issue in these places, but now that they've got eyes into these places, they're able to do things without having to be on site. And that's the biggest thing with Sentry is, how do we keep headcount the way it is, but how do we scale? And you can scale and keep headcount. That's your profitability right there.
Yeah. So it's a win-win. So you're a power partner for all the MSPs.
That's what we're trying to do, is really help drive their business.
All right. Anything else you want to put out?
Nope. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at Haut, D as in David, Haut at rfcode.com if you have questions, or visit rfcode.com for more information.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you,
Thanks
Adam. Really appreciate it.